We agree with most common parenting practices because we like to be good parents, just as I'm sure you do. But there are 14 common parenting rules that we just have said, no, we're not going to follow those ones. Before I get into the 14 common rules that we have just said, X, no, let me first share with you 3 caveats. Caveat emptor for my well-learned friends, the lawyers. Number 1 is, just because this is what we have chosen to do in our own home does not mean that you have to do it in your own home. This is what works for us and our 4 children, and we are loving it and we are enjoying it. So please, this is not a condemnation video. There is now no condemnation, people. So please don't feel condemned and don't feel judged. And don't judge me on the other hand. And even if you do, it's fine. Let me know in the comments below what you didn't like. Caveat number 2 is there are as many parenting methods as there are parents. So please, again, this is our method. This is what is working for us. And I'm sure you have your own methods that are working for you. And I would say, keep at it. And number 3 is, well done. Yes, in case no one has told you lately, you are a great parent and those children are blessed to have you, and you are doing fantastic. And give yourself a pat on the back, because I know sometimes we get so discouraged and we look at our children like, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? Oh Lord, oh no, I'm messing these kids up. Let me tell you, as long as you are worried and concerned about being a good parent, that makes you a great parent. So now, here are the 14 common rules about parenting that we have chosen not to follow. Number 1 is sending our kids up country without us. Yes, I know it is a common thing in this our Kenya, and I completely understand why people do that, but for us, we have chosen and we have decided that our kids will not be going to stay up country for the holidays, however long, without us as our parents. Our kids are young, and the eldest is 6, and then we have twins who are 4, and then our last born is 2. So basically, we have said X to that one, no. Number 2 is also a very controversial one. I know this one, I will get comments about this, but again, remember I said this is what works for our family. So, number 2 of parenting rules that we do not follow is having our children sleep in the same room with the house help. We don't do that. No, absolutely not. And let me explain where we are coming from. Now, can you imagine? Let's say you have gone for a work trip. Your family has paid for you to go for a work trip, to go to Naivasha for some sort of conference. That's where people go, isn't it? Now you get there and the hotel says, oh, by the way, we are overbooked, but we have this room. It's a twin bed, so you have 2 twin beds in there, and I want you to share this room with this other random stranger over here. Would you say yes? Like, would you? Really, would you? And so why do we make our children sleep in the same room with strangers who even we just met on that day? And you know the way the world has become, just, gosh. You know, people, oh my gosh. I can't. I absolutely cannot. I just feel no. And I know, and I absolutely understand people who feel that this is important. But this is what I would say. If I was in a house where I did not have a spare room or a servant's quarters for our help to stay in, and I needed a help because I am a working mom, shout out to all hardworking working moms, this is what I would do. I would opt for a day bag house help. Yes, that would mean more housework for me, but with the Fly Lady system and with me being an organized mama and with all the tips and tricks that we're learning on this channel, it would not be that hard to be able to handle, so that I get home at maybe 5:30 or 6 p.m. and the help leaves. Dinner is ready and everything, and all I have to do is to wash dishes and make sure my kids have eaten, shower my kids and everything, and they sleep. That is what I will do if I was in a position to not have a leave. But you guys, the number of kids who have been or are being molested by house helps is staggering. And unfortunately, kids, they will grow up and say we put them in that position, because if you yourself as a parent cannot sleep in a room with a stranger, even one night, why should our kids go through that? And I know, please, I'm not saying this to judge anyone. I'm just saying this is what we have chosen for our family, and I just want you to understand where all this is coming from. And I say this with love, with so much love. I love you guys. Parenting rule number 3 that we do not follow is having kids watch TV all day, every day. I am a huge proponent of reducing kids' screen time. I mean, as much as possible. As much as our kids are homeschooled, by the way, they only watch TV from Saturday afternoon and then Sunday after church. Basically, that's it. Because we have tried to really just teach them to control the usage of screens and media and everything. And it works for us. There are so many ways to keep your kids occupied apart from watching TV that are constructive and good for their mental and social and emotional development. And if you haven't watched that video, I will link it right here, because it is, sometimes I know we do it because we don't know what else to do with these lovely people, but there are options. Please check out that video. Number 4 is another controversial one. Yes, it seems today I have an appetite for controversy, but please know that I do this from a place of love, and this is what works for our family. So number 4 that we do not, the 4th rule basically that we do not follow is we don't let the helps wash our kids or shower them. At least this, and this has not always been the case. It's just something that we started doing this year, again, because we are trying to teach their kids about respecting their privacy and just not letting anyone, I mean, a person just walks into your house that day, that very day, you have no idea where they come from. You only know their name, and you just let your kids expose their privacy to them. At least that's what we used to do, and that's what just let us feel, no, we're not feeling very comfortable in that scenario, and it has been hard. It's a lot of work. I know, trust me, I know, and I'm not saying this in a way to judge you or anything. I know, but it is only for a season. The 5th common parenting rule that we do not follow is also controversial, and yes, feel free to write a comment below, is individual birthday parties. We do not have individual birthday parties for our children. We have one major birthday party. And here is one reason. Because A, birthday parties are expensive if you want to do them the right way. And we are trying to get out of debt and become financially free by following the Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps. If you haven't watched that video, please do so. It is great of showing you how to plan your finances. So number 1, we are planning our finances. Number 2 is our kids were all born in the same month. So tell me, who is going to have 4 birthday parties in the same month? Who? Not me and not us, because it is a waste not only of money according to us, but also of time. I mean, are you going to be calling our relatives all the time? Oh yeah, it's Nani's birthday, come. And then 3 days later, oh yeah, please, it's Nani's birthday, come. And people will be like, do you not think we don't have lives? So basically we decided on one huge, humongous annual birthday party that basically, I think, I could be wrong, but I have been told that our friends and our relatives and everyone really looks forward to that day. And so we try to make it as fun as possible. We can have individual cakes, but one birthday party like this, and it really works. Number 6 is taking our kids to school. Now, before you call the government on me, we are actually homeschoolers, and it's been an amazing journey, and so far so good. So yeah, basically we just homeschool. Nothing much to say, we just homeschool. It's amazing. 3 years down the line, we're loving it. Number 7 is doing everything for our kids. As I mentioned earlier, we really try to help our kids to be independent, learn how to do things at an early age for themselves. Make your bed, make a snack, clean up, clear the table, shower yourself now, and so many other things, because it really helps them to be independent and to develop their self-control and their confidence. And it reduces our workload. So how good is that? Number 8 is sharing. Yes, I know. Now, here is what I want to explain about sharing before. I know I'm going to get so many comments here, but let me just say, with our kids in our house, we teach them that it is important to share. Yes, that is very, very important. It is an essential human behavior or skill that everyone needs to know. Sharing is caring, we all know that. But if, let's say for instance, one child has picked a toy and wants to play with it, and another child comes and wants to play with that same toy, more often than not, we will not tell the first child to share that toy with the second child. What we will do, and this is a hack that is working so well and reducing all that fight, is this. We will tell them to agree. After how long will this person A, give person B the toy? And then we will tell person B, you have to wait for your turn. And this is helping them to learn not only how to share on one hand, but also how to wait for their turn. Because it is also an important life skill for people to learn how to wait for their turn. Have you ever seen those people who can't even queue? They see a queue and then they just go straight in. What's up with that? Anywho, back to what I was saying before I went off on a tangent. We will put a timer on the oven and we will tell person B, we have put a timer for 10 minutes. And person A, when the bell rings, please give this toy to person B. And so everybody knows here, whenever someone is crying for a toy, they will just both agree and they will come and, Mama, please put a timer for 10 minutes. And we'll put a timer and the bell will ring and they will share and life goes on. So it really helps. So sharing is caring, yes, but waiting for your turn is also highly, highly important. Common parenting rule number 9 that we do not follow is having our children finish their food. Yes, I know. The story of finish your food, you have to finish your food. We have really, really tried to resist that temptation. So we like having especially breakfast and dinner together as a family because it is bonding time for us to talk about our plans for the day or how our day was. We love it. But we try also to keep it nice and amicable because it's a family time. We try to keep dinner times enjoyable. And the last thing you want is to be telling this child you have to finish your food and that child is full and everything. So we try also to teach them to eat until they are full. Of course, there are those days when maybe you're having an unfavorite meal like githeri or something like that, and someone will take 2 bites and say, I am full. And we are like, okay, we will try to encourage, okay, can you maybe take 2 more bites? But if someone says, my tummy is full, that's it. Number 10 is baby talk. We don't baby talk to our kids from the moment we got our firstborn. We talk to them like grown-ups. Okay, basically we talk to them like the way I'm talking to you right now. You don't say, Baba atakaziwa. You know, like the way kids talk and then you try to mimic and talk back to them like that. We don't, because first of all, I feel like it just makes them too babyish. And we are trying to treat them as people, not as people. So basically we also realize that when we talk to them the way we talk to another person, it helps them to learn how to talk faster and better. So basically we don't baby talk our kids, we just talk to them the way we talk to everyone. Basically, yeah. If you are finding this video helpful and informative, and all those nice things. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because it really helps our channel to grow and you will not miss any of all this goodness. Number 11 is forcing hugs. If, let's say, we meet someone, a friend or a relative, and we hug them, okay, back when we used to hug people, let me give a caveat. Sometimes I forget we don't do these things anymore. But, and all those things back when we used to hug people and everything, and maybe they want to hug our kids, and maybe one of them doesn't want to be hugged, we don't force, because we are really trying to teach them to respect their own bodies. And if you say no, that no should be respected, you know. So basically it's just that thing of teaching our kids body safety skills. I did an amazing video on the 10 essential life skills that our kids need to learn, and one of them was body safety skills. Yeah, how to keep themselves safe and all that. So basically, if you're interested, I will link it. It is really, really cool. Number 12 is saying no all the time. And here's what I mean. Of course. If this child comes and asks me, Mama, please may I play with this knife? The answer will be a definite no. That is a given. But, however, we look for every opportunity to say yes to our kids. For instance, let's say someone wakes up on a Tuesday morning and feels today is the day I feel like watching TV. Immediately I get out of bed. And so they will come and ask, Mama, please may I watch TV? Now I can either say no, you will not watch TV. Or I can say yes, you will watch TV on Saturday. You see, and I think it really helps. I really try to look for opportunities to say yes to our kids. For instance, Mama, it's lunchtime. Instead of having this food, please will you make for me pancakes? And I will say, yes, I will make for you pancakes on Friday morning, which is the day that we have pancakes or whatever. Or I will make for you pancakes for dessert or whatever. But just trying to look for opportunities to say yes. When I must say no, I will say no. But if there's anything my kid asks me and I know it might be inconvenient for me, but I can do it, I really try to do it within a given parameters. Yes, within a given parameter. And also, you know, this world is going to tell your child enough no's by the time they go to heaven. They will be hearing no left, right, and center. No, from the government, from what? From the school, from the policeman, from what? You can't. So, try to give them as many yeses to prepare them for all the no's that are coming. It's just going to just be much easier for them, I think. Instead of knowing that everywhere, I am just getting no's everywhere, including from my own home, you know? So I say no when we absolutely have to. Us as parents, we say no when we have to. Of course, we will say no. No doubt about it, no question about it. But if there's a way you can turn that no into a yes, that still works for you and works for your child, we really try to do that. I hope that makes sense. And if it makes sense, please give this video a thumbs up. Which common parenting rule do you not follow as a parent? Please let us know in the comment below so that you can also get a bit of the heat, because I know I'll be getting quite a bit of the heat. Please support a sister by also saying some common parenting rules that you do not follow. Number 13 is grounding. We do not use grounding as a discipline tactic in our house. We don't. And here is why. We feel that grounding sort of creates a barrier between us and the child, and that is in the moment when our kids need to feel most connected to us, and that is when they have messed up and they have made a mistake. To me and my husband, us, I'm not saying you and I'm not saying everybody else in the whole world, I'm saying to us, we want to stay connected in that crucial moment. We want to feel that Yes, this child has made the mistake, and yes, they have gotten whatever consequences, but we are not rejecting you because you made this mistake. Does that make sense? We are just trying to, we will tackle this problem. We will share whatever consequences need to be shared. That's true. But after we have done all that, we will ask God to forgive us if it is a sin issue, and we will hug each other and we will say we love each other, and we will just spend time reconnecting and rebuilding our relationship so that this child knows, even if I made a mistake, my parents still love me. But we feel that grounding is just saying, you have made this mistake, get out of my sight, I don't want to see you. And it really just, it creates a barrier that we personally don't want to be created between us and our kids. I hope that makes sense. If you have watched this video up to this point, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for your support for this channel. I really don't take for granted that you choose to spend your time watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It will really help YouTube to know that this is the kind of content that you like, and it will recommend this video to other amazing parents just like you. And how cool is that? The 14th common parenting rule that we have chosen to not follow is sleeping in the same bed and later on in the same room with our kids, even when they are super duper young. So yes, some people do this, and that's fine. You do you, we do us. But from the moment we got our kids from the hospital, we put them in a cot beside our bed, on my side, of course. But when we had twins, we had one on each side. Those days were so hard. But anyway, we have chosen to not have our kids sleep in our bed. One, because we might crush them in our deep slumber, and two, because our bed is our bed. It's sacred. We love it. And as soon as our kids, by the way, hit 6 months, they are out ninja. They go to the kids' room. Basically, that's it. And let me tell you guys a story. This is so funny. When we had our firstborn, we did not have a baby cot. You know, like the Moses basket where the newborn comes and sleeps when the minute they are born. So this is what poor us and broke us did. We got a drawer from a cabinet, and then we lined it nicely with baby blankets, and that's how our newborn slept for, like, I think even for 5 months. I think even for the 6 months, I think. He slept there for a while. For a number of months, he slept in a what do you call it? A drawer. And life was fine and life was good. And that was way better than having him sleeping in our bed. And it became so much easier also to take him to his own room when he got a bit older. I mean, you guys, I've had people sleeping in the same room with their 5-year-olds. 5-year-old sleeping in the parents' room. How? Why? Why? I have no clue. And then, you know, these kids are just so funny. When they get used to sleeping in your room, it will be so hard to evict them. It will be so hard. But please, even if you evict them, nikuhama, evict them now. Even if they're breastfeeding. Okay, let me just say this also. Because we use the Gina Ford system to bring up our kids, I have an amazing video about that. Our kids have always slept from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. by the time they're 6 months old. So basically, there's no such thing of, oh, our child will need breastfeeding in the middle of the night or all that. No, they sleep for 12 hours throughout the night because we follow the Gina Ford routine, and it is really nice. But that's the end of my 14 rules that we do not follow. So, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.